Hello everyone, welcome back. And today I'm going to be talking about major storms that are going to be rolling through the country, bringing rain to the south and snow to the north. If you like my content, please consider subscribing and liking this video down below. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you, let's hop right into today's video. In this model, we currently have a 989 millibar low pressure center with a trailing cold front underneath, bringing severe weather to the southeastern United States. And bringing snow for the north central United States and some portions of southeastern Canada, and possibly even throughout Maine today. As I move this model forward, we get a big shot of cold air for the central and the eastern United States, and then it eventually reaches the coast. And then there's a bunch of storms moving onshore of the western United States, and then we get a rainstorm for the northeast, possibly about a half an inch of rain. And then we have another system behind that that's going to create a big warm ridge in the eastern United States and the southeastern United States. This is probably going to bring the temperatures up to like 80s for Florida and then widespread 60s for all of the southeast and the eastern United States. As I push this model even more forward, we get a really strong low pressure center, a 999 with a cold front underneath and a warm front up top, and this is sending heavy rain in some portions of the Ohio Valley, and then eventually reaching the northeast. As I push this even more forward, this is going to be a really big severe weather threat for people in Louisiana and Arkansas, with possibly some supercells forming. And that is something we really have to watch. And then this eventually goes right into the northeast as a cutter system, bringing heavy rain and really heavy snow to the really far interior regions. And yet we have another system coming through the central United States, but this decides to give all the snow to Virginia and West Virginia, and this system eventually pulls offshore as a really strong system. And then at the end of this model run, we follow it up with a big trough in the west, extreme ridging in the central United States, and then a really big racing trough in the northeast and the eastern United States. So we have cold air diving down into the northeast, and we also have cold diving down on the back end of it for the western United States, and a bunch of rising warm air for the central United States. This warm air will eventually push east at some point once this trough moves out. Let's look at the total accumulated precip. And currently, we have widespread precipitation for all up and down the west coast, extending from like 2 to 6 inches, and then within the Sierra Nevadas, you can see possibly up to 9 inches of rain. And then we have another area of heavy rain bands moving up through the eastern United States and then back through the northeast with very heavy rains for Illinois, the Ohio Valley, and possibly even up to around 7 to 9 inches of rain in this pocket right here. But for the purples, around 2 to 6 inches of rain. And the most common storm tracks that we're seeing on this model is storms riding and cutting like that inward, and then storms moving onshore of the western United States, and then they break up right here, and some of them just like drift offshore and become a fish storm. This is the total snow accumulations for the next 384 hours, and currently we have a lot of snow in the western United States, and then possibly even a small snowstorm for the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. For West Virginia and Virginia, we could possibly see from like 3 to 7 inches of snow, and possibly even in southwestern Pennsylvania as well. But in the Sierra Nevadas, they've already seen so much snow this year, they're seeing about another 85 inches of snow. This is absolutely crazy. And then for the extreme northeast and Maine, you can see anywhere from 8 to 20 inches of snow. And then throughout Canada, around 10 to 25 inches of snow. And then for all of the Rockies, anywhere from 10 inches all the way up to like 40 inches of snow. This is going to be a really crazy and active pattern that we're going into. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.